Everybody. Before we get into this morning's update, I want to go over a quick overview of what to expect. First, as you can see in front of you, the Dow is down 449 points, S&P is down 49, Nasdaq's down 112, Russell 2000 is down over 43 points. We've got Bitcoin that pushed over 27K overnight, but now we've had a 700-point drop in the last 3 hours. We're down to 26,300. We had XRP breaking 38 cents, but now sitting at about the 372 level. And then we've got the total crypto market cap that's sitting right about the 1.09 trillion, and we'll have to take a closer look at that. We've also got the DXY sitting at 114.15 approximately this morning, so we'll see what that has to do with the further market implications. So the most important thing this morning is we're going to need to take a deep dive into the technical analysis, and we're not only going to look at Bitcoin and XRP, but we're also going to look at the total crypto market cap, and we're going to look at the DXY. Make sure that like button, as it really does help push me through the analytics. I'm a little tired this morning because we've had a lot of stuff going on with my 3-year-old. We had a lot of doctor's appointments. I was up late the last couple of nights, but I did get a little bit of sleep. So I'm feeling a little bit better, but I know the importance of this update this morning, especially with the markets reversing a little bit after showing a lot of bullish strength overnight. Now all of a sudden here, we've quickly reversed back down, and now we're starting to hit these reversal points where if we move down any further, we could validate a reversal in the pattern. So we really need to pay attention this morning. Everybody really needs to be on the right track. And everybody still needs to pay attention to the fact that there's a lot of YouTube social media influencers that are being sued as part of this $1 billion suit. So pay attention to where you're getting your information and make sure you're watching somebody that's not promoting something that's getting paid on the back end to do so, because that's one surefire way to get wrecked in the crypto market. Make sure to hit that like button. I'll catch you on the other side of this update. The intro. Good morning, 11:09 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Friday, March 17th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So as we can see, the U.S. dollar currency index is down 33 cents this morning, or down 0.32%. We've still got S&P and Dow Jones under some pressure, as the Dow is down about 400 points. S&P is right around 50 points down. We look at the DXY. We'll take a closer look. This is either putting in a right shoulder, and if we do get rejected here, it's coming down like we talked about yesterday. We need to hold at worst this 103.674 if we have any higher ambitions to come up here to the 105 level again. Ultimately, the 105.30 and try to push up. This pattern is kind of revealing itself, though. It's come way far down, and now we need to see if there's any hope at touching back up here. Or if we lose this 103.674, if we lose the 103.674, that's when we can have these big drops. So I don't really want to speculate into where it's going to go after that. But I will tell you, if you start to lose those areas, you get back into these last hope sections. And this area down here at 101.162 would be very important. And then you've got this last area of hope at 100.34. And we always want to keep those on, because if you break those, then you have the chance to come back down to the pattern at 95.43, and then after that it would just be over. So we need to pay very close attention to the total crypto market cap, as well as the DXY, and the aforementioned total crypto market cap is at 1.091 trillion, up 3.27%. We have resistance in the area at 1.095 trillion, so we're going to see if this has any more higher ambitions. The thing that makes me nervous is this volume crashed as it was going up, and the only time it started boosting up is when it started pulling back down. So it looks like we're either formed a double top here, and we would know that if this 1.095 trillion holds and ultimately we pull back down below 1.049. If it's not a double top, we're going to push back up to 1.139, and we're going to try to push out of this area. So what you need to pay attention to this one is very scary, because if we did pull down, would that look so unreasonable if we were to pull down? So we need to pay attention, because we could be building a topping reversal pattern here, and this could be the second wave up. We won't know until later on today. We need to see how this pattern continues to evolve. So we'll see if it does break below 1.095 and stay down there, and then ultimately push below 1.049 trillion, and that's how we're going to know this pattern's starting to reverse here. Anything other than that, if we stay above that 1.095 trillion, which we're below it right now, but if we get above it and hold it, that's pretty interesting. We got XRP sitting at 0.3719. It actually had a brief, and I mean brief, push up over 28 cents. It was quick, or 38 cents. And for the sixth time, we're going to have to go over this again because I feel like a broken record. But, you know, when things are lining up, things are lining up. So we have to pay attention to the facts. So with XRP, again, we started up here, rejection 1, rejection 2, rejection 3, rejection 4, rejection 5. This was the sixth rejection on this falling channel resistance, or this falling resistance. So we have to break this falling resistance before XRP can even have any higher ambitions, and that's the 38 cent mark. Now support, we had support 1, support 2, support 3, support 4. So we've had 4 hits of support down here on this falling channel support, but we've had 5 hits now in the falling channel resistance. Can we break out of this resistance is the question we need to ask ourselves. Are we going to break out of this formation, or is it going to push us back down to ultimately retest the 351? And then is it going to fail to come all the way back down to that 33 cents? That's the question we need to ask ourselves right now. Is this have higher ambitions? Or are we starting to fizzle out here? Or are we just coming down to a level of consolidation? We're going to find a lot about that in the next few hours. We really are. We really want to break over that level of resistance. Otherwise, this pattern is going to continue to get beaten down. So it's very urgent for XRP to find some bulls, because if this continues to happen, eventually this is going to tank. So every opportunity here to be buying under 40 cents, but also to be preparing for what happens if this does drop again. What happens? Bitcoin sitting at 26433, so it's up 5.52%. It was up to 27,000 very quickly. Very quickly, it got rejected at this 27K. It's where we thought we could come up to 26,966, and it got rejected. Now we're on the 20-day. Now your first sign that things are hitting the fan is if this 26,330 gives up. Or 26,300. If we lose that, then we come back down to 25,194. And that's going to be your real telltale sign. Is this pattern for real? Or was this just a kick in the nuts? So up, back around, up to the true resistance of the pattern formation. So now you're up. Now what if this does this and then pulls down? I mean, you can see a double top formation that could possibly be forming. You could also get something like this if it did and then bounce back higher. Or you get, and then it gets up on top of here, and then you start to play this next area. Right now, the very key is 27K. Do we break back down and pull back to the 25,194 approximately, and then break below that? Or do we come back down and hold it? Or are we ultimately looking for a spike right now that pushes us over and out of this range? That could ultimately get us up to this area. We won't know that until we see whether or not we get rejected here. Make sure to hit that like button, as it does greatly push me through the analytics. It really does help. And if you want to trade XRP like you see me trade it, or if you want to just trade XRP for the hell of it, or period, in the USA and have a way to do it, there's BITGET and or MXC. There's no buy, or there's no spot fees on the buy and sell, and you can futures trade up to 250x. And then if you want to use UPHOLD, that's also an option as well. There is no futures trading, but the spot fees are higher, but your money is safer in my opinion, because you can hold it in fiat instead of the stable coins. You can hold it in your native fiat. Also, if you want to join Tom's Army, that's also in the video description below and or pinned comments, along with the way to donate XRP. One thing I want to tell everybody this morning, make sure you're paying attention to Bitcoin. Let's see if we can ultimately get back over 27,000, or if we're reversing back down to 25,194. We're going to see exactly what this market holds today. We have until tonight for the daily close, and then we'll have a thinly traded weekend. So we have to see if this continues, this little bit of momentum that we started with overnight, or if we fizzled out and now all of a sudden we're going to start to reverse at the end of this trading week. It's been a very volatile week, and I think we have more volatility to come. Things are moving in a mysteriously weird direction right now, and we have to be very, very observant, and we have to be very, very loyal to our plan that we have put out forward since $1.66. So what we need to do today is see, can XRP break back over 38 cents? Are we going to push back down to that 366 level approximately, or 368, and see how that support is? Or are we going to finally break that 38 cent on that falling resistance and start pushing to higher ambitions?